According to Table 210.24 in the National Electrical Code, using 14 American wire gauge conductors to tap off 12 American wire gauge conductors for receptacles on a 20-amp circuit is permissible. Consider a scenario with 3 12 American wire gauge non-metallic wires in a 2-gang box containing 2 duplex receptacles. In this configuration, splicing 14 American wire gauge conductors to the 12 American wire gauge conductors to feed the receptacles is allowed if certain conditions are met. Firstly, the 14 American wire gauge conductors must have an ampacity rating of at least 15 amps. Secondly, the splices used must be underwriters' laboratories listed, indicating they meet safety standards. Thirdly, the splices have to be located within the junction box. And fourthly, the splices must be accessible, facilitating inspection and maintenance. The National Electrical Code provides specific guidelines for electrical installations to ensure safety and proper functionality. Table 210.24 outlines the allowable ampacities for different conductor sizes used in various circuit applications. The ampacity of a conductor refers to the maximum amount of electrical current, measured in amps, that the conductor can carry continuously without exceeding its temperature rating. When tapping a smaller gauge wire from a larger gauge wire, it is essential to ensure that the smaller gauge wire can safely handle the intended load. In this case, using 14 American wire gauge conductors on a 20-amp circuit requires careful consideration. Although the National Electrical Code permits this practice, it is crucial to verify that the 14 American wire gauge conductors are rated for at least 15 amps. This ensures that the conductors can safely carry the current required by the receptacles without overheating or posing a fire hazard. The use of underwriters' laboratories listed splice connectors is essential for creating reliable and safe electrical connections. Underwriters Laboratories is a globally recognized safety certification company that tests and evaluates products to ensure they meet established safety standards. Using Underwriters Laboratories listed splice connectors ensures that the connections are properly insulated, mechanically sound, and capable of withstanding the electrical stresses encountered in the circuit. Locating the splices within the junction box is another critical requirement. A junction box is an enclosure designed to protect electrical connections and prevent accidental contact with live wires. By containing the splices within the junction box, the risk of electrical shock or fire is minimized. Additionally, the junction box provides a convenient location for accessing and inspecting the connections. Accessibility of the splices is essential for future maintenance and troubleshooting. Electrical systems may require periodic inspections and repairs to ensure their continued safe and reliable operation. By making the splices accessible, electricians can easily examine the connections, identify any potential problems, and perform necessary maintenance without having to dismantle the entire electrical system. While tapping a smaller gauge wire from a larger gauge wire may be permissible under the National Electrical Code, it is not always the preferred method. Some electricians advise against this practice, as it can potentially introduce a weak point in the electrical system. This smaller gauge wire may be more susceptible to damage or overheating, particularly if the circuit is subjected to high loads or frequent overloads. The National Electrical Code provides specific requirements for conductor sizing to ensure that electrical systems can safely handle the intended loads. In general, it is recommended to use conductors that are appropriately sized for the circuit's ampacity rating. This helps to minimize the risk of overheating, voltage drop, and other potential problems. In situations where it is necessary to tap a smaller gauge wire from a larger gauge wire, it is essential to follow all applicable National Electrical Code requirements and best practices. This includes ensuring that the smaller gauge wire is properly rated for the load, using Underwriters Laboratories listed splice connectors, and locating the splices within a junction box. It is also important to consider the potential risks associated with this practice and to take steps to mitigate those risks. For example, it may be advisable to use a larger gauge wire for the entire circuit, if possible. This would eliminate the need for tapping and reduce the risk of problems associated with using smaller gauge wires. Alternatively, it may be possible to use a current limiting device, such as a fuse or circuit breaker, to protect the smaller gauge wire from overloads. The National Electrical Code is a comprehensive set of standards that governs the safe installation and maintenance of electrical systems. The National Electrical Code is updated every 3 years to reflect the latest advancements in electrical technology and to address emerging safety concerns. It is essential for electricians and other electrical professionals to stay up to date on the latest National Electrical Code requirements to ensure that their work complies with the highest safety standards. The National Electrical Code covers a wide range of topics related to electrical installations, including conductor sizing, wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and equipment installation. The National Electrical Code also provides specific requirements for different types of occupancies, such as residential, commercial, and industrial buildings. Compliance with the National Electrical Code is essential for ensuring the safety of people and property. Electrical systems that are installed in accordance with the National Electrical Code are less likely to cause fires, electrical shocks, or other hazards. In addition to the National Electrical Code, many states and local jurisdictions have their own electrical codes that may be more stringent than the National Electrical Code. It is important for electricians and other electrical professionals to be familiar with all applicable electrical codes in their area. The National Electrical Code is a valuable resource for anyone involved in the design, installation, or maintenance of electrical systems. The National Electrical Code provides clear and concise guidance on how to safely and effectively perform electrical work. The National Electrical Code also includes numerous tables, diagrams, and examples to help users understand the code requirements. The National Electrical Code is available in both print and electronic formats. The National Fire Protection Association also offers a variety of training courses and educational materials related to the National Electrical Code. The National Electrical Code is an essential tool for ensuring the safety and reliability of electrical systems. By following the National Electrical Code requirements, electricians and other electrical professionals can help to protect people and property from the hazards of electricity. It is important to consult with a qualified electrician or electrical engineer to determine the best way to install or modify an electrical system. Electrical work should only be performed by qualified individuals who have the necessary training and experience. Working with electricity can be dangerous, and it is important to take all necessary precautions to avoid electrical shock or other injuries. Always turn off the power before working on any electrical equipment. Use insulated tools and wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as gloves and eye protection. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a qualified electrician to do the work for you. Electricity is a powerful force that can be both beneficial and dangerous. By understanding the principles of electricity and following safe work practices, you can help to ensure that electrical systems are installed and maintained safely. It's also worth noting that local amendments to the National Electrical Code may exist, so consulting with local authorities having jurisdiction is also a good idea to confirm compliance.